this video we are back on GM Flatgrass, as you can see. And that over there is GM Construct, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, what are we gonna do here? Well, we could do some stuff, I suppose. I probably wanted to experiment with some, well, NPCs, I suppose. Yeah, okay. You can see I have a lot of weapons, but I do not have too many NPCs. I mean, I don't really need too many NPCs anyways, so... Loki, the Half-Life Alyx and Lions are actually pretty tough. Especially the Spitters, you know, because they're essentially bulletproof. I will try to get something else than the ARs. Maybe 5k. Oh shit. Oh my god, wow, that's really good. The bullets are essentially bouncing off of it. Well, not really, but... With like the standard weapons, not the ARC-9 ones. Like, if you take, I don't know, this maybe... Well, this is the ARC-9 one, but... Even with this ARC-9 ones, like the Half-Life 2 ones, it's kinda tough to take them down, you know. I don't know, well anyways... Let's see. Yeah, they're bulletproof basically. You see that? They're actually support of the freaking wings. Well, not really. I mean, you can take them down, but it's gonna be a bit harder, I mean, if you use the SMG and stuff. See, it's not very easy to... Yeah, well, you gotta target the ass, you know. Or like the soft parts. Yeah. You gotta target that stuff. Oh, that's gonna be tough, yeah. Oh, well, that just deleted that. He has no legs. What? How can he move? He has no fucking legs. What the hell was that? Try grenades. Try them both. Also, I really think I have to try the RPG because that's going to be pretty obvious that's gonna kill them, one-tap them, you know. GR9, let's try that. some good non-VR mod, you know. Because making Half-Life Alyx for VR was one of the most scumbag moves Valve ever made. I mean, we all know that Valve are no longer really the way they used to be. I mean, now they're kind of greedy. I mean, if you look what they're doing in CS2 and stuff, you know, CS2 and stuff, you know, I mean, that's all just gambling. It's not even about gameplay anymore. It's just supposed to be like a childish Valorant type shit, you know, game where all that matters is just your fucking skins and not how well you can shoot. So, I mean, I don't really like CS anymore. I used to like it. I don't really like it that much anymore, but okay, why did they have to make Half-Life Alyx VR only? I don't get it. It was a mistake because they did cut off a very big part of the Half-Life franchise because, you know, Half-Life, or the entire Half-Life series was always known to be sort of accessible to people. Like, all you needed was just a computer, a monitor, a keyboard and a mouse, an internet connection, and that's pretty much all you needed to play Half-Life, right? But Half-Life Alyx is extremely crucial. Even though it's a prequel to Half-Life 2, it takes place like 5 years before events of Half-Life 2. It is still a very crucial part of, you know, of the Half-Life franchise. A lot of lore development happened there. And when you cut off like 90% of people just so you can upsell, you know, and market your own like stuff like the Valve Index, you know, because it was mostly meant to be a way to force people to buy Valve Index. I mean, you don't need Valve Index. You can buy these like really cheap, like MetaQuest VRs and whatever. But I think it was still a really like a kind of scammy thing of Valve to do. Luckily, the community is making some modifications which will allow you to basically play, you know, Half-Life Alyx without the need of VR. And they will actually be pretty good because they will try to have the same amount of interactability or interactiveness, you know, whatever you call it. Interactivity, I don't know how it's called, as VR, but all you will need is just a keyboard and a mouse to control it, which I think is really cool. I hope Valve is not going to crack down on these projects though, because I don't really think they will, but yeah. Pretty sure that's GM Construct right there. Yeah, it does seem like it. I mean, it does seem like GM Construct to me. Like, you know, all of those, like, smaller buildings, that's like the buildings from the Skybox, right? Yeah, I think that's definitely supposed to be like a reference to GM Construct or something, I don't know. Anyways, stun grenade. That was easy. can't handle being hit like 2 times. That's weird. If Half-Life 3 ever comes out, which I'm pretty sure it will eventually, I hope I will still be alive by that point. I don't really think Valve will make it VR only, and judging by the leaks, or at least what people said in the leaks, because, you know, Valve is like making updates to the Source 2 engine, which is usually leaked by like CS2 updates, you know, like the files and whatever. It doesn't really seem like Valve is intending to make Half-Life 3 VR only. I mean, I would say like Half-Life fans would actually demolish the Valve HQ if they made it a VR only experience as well. I don't think Valve will actually have the balls to do that, you know, which is good. It was also yesterday I made the add-in review for the Combine Peacekeepers, which I think is a really cool add-on. It's essentially like I mean, I would say it takes inspiration from the conscripts from the Half-Life 2 beta leak, but it makes them like actually like vanilla lore accurate, you know. So this would be, I would say, like human, like military volunteers, which would also be serving under the Combine, but yeah. I would say this would be like even below civil protection. This would be like well, what would this be? In my opinion, just like conscripts, this would be even below the civil protection. They would be like just kinda like human military volunteers, you know. Although this helmet is kind of fucked up, bro. This model is kind of fucked up. It doesn't work, bro. Look at his head. I need mail 07. Okay, what's going on? Bro, why is it disappearing? Why is it disappearing, dude? What is wrong? That works. Okay, cool. These are player models as well, by the way. I would really want to have this patch in real life, though. Combine United Nations. Peacekeeper mission. That's very good, you know. And as I said, this was made by the same guy that made the City 13 maps we reviewed like 2 days ago or so. You also should have females here as well. Yes, female peacekeepers. Really cool. Oh, yes. Okay. So really cool, really cool. Anyways, what else? I have actually barely ever played GM Floodgrass, bro. I remember my first time playing Garry's Mod, it was in 2016. It wasn't even on my PC, it was like, I was at a friend's house or something, and I know he had Garry's Mod installed, and I played it, and it was like 2016, 2017, and I remember I played on Floodgrass, and all I did was just shoot rockets under me because I liked the ragdoll physics, you know, so yeah. There's not really much to do here. I don't really play Floodgrass. There's this room though. With this chump house door. That people constantly tend to make ARGs out of. Gmod ARGs, low-key, are like garbage. They used to be good when it was still original, but now all people do is just, you know, spongy man. Make him have like a black texture or whatever. Like this. I don't know. Is there a black texture anywhere in here? Yeah, exactly like this. They do this. And they put him here, bro. And they pretend to play Gmod. And just like, so you can see like a freaking shadow G-Man in the distance. And that shit isn't even original anymore. The same goes for the endless backrooms ARGs. And it's, you know what's interesting? That it's mostly TF2 community people, or members who do Gmod ARGs. Always the freaking Team Fortress 2 chuds, you know, who do this. You probably know how much distaste I have towards the TF2 community. I would rather play Left 4 Dead 2 for the rest of my life than play TF2 for the rest of my life. Or I would play neither.
Wait for me!
End of Cube.
Sorry, Freeman.
But it's always like people who have a TF2 profile picture or whatever, and then they made this kind of like what shadow figure, you know, Gmod like ARGs, and it's just so overrated, and it's Like, a repeated joke isn't a joke anymore, you know. The same goes for ARGs. Overall, ARGs cannot be original in Garry's Mod, I would say. Like, no matter what you do, making Garry's Mod ARGs will never be original. It will never be cool anymore, you know, because, I mean, this game was ARG-fied to oblivion at this point. Well, I mean, it does make sense because Garry's Mod is basically the perfect way to explore liminal spaces. I mean, Garry's Mod is built on the Source engine, of course. It's basically it's derived from Half-Life 2 because originally Garry's Mod was a sandbox modification for Half-Life 2, right? Before it became a standalone game, and yeah, well, and this Source engine aesthetic has this like liminal feeling to it, and a lot of people just buy and will play Garry's Mod just for the liminal part of it. I mean, I like liminal spaces as well. As a matter of fact, if we would check, I do probably have some liminal maps. Oh yes, I have the pool rooms, you know, and some other stuff. I mean, already constructing Flatgrass or liminal spaces on their own, right? But I don't know, man. Like, ARGs will never really be good anymore. Not in Garry's Mod. So I would say don't really bother trying to make an ARG. You will never make a good one. It will never be good. Well, anyways, thanks for watching, and goodbye.